A very good morning to all of you. Today I am going to discuss an important topic in land information system, that is environmental management. As we know that all the land, or you can say land use, land cover, all of the earth surface is a part of environment. So it is very important to see how we can manage our environment, how we can work for the sustainable management of environmental resources and environment of our earth. So today's topic is very important. Today we will see what is environmental management, what are the factors and what are the stages can be used for environmental management. Before starting the topic, I would like to start with what is environmental management. So the definition of environmental management is very broad, and it may be concerned with the man environmental interface, the complex boundary where biophysical and socio-cultural systems interact. Okay, this definition is given by Hare in 1970. It's a kind of, you can say, the man environmental interface and having complex boundary where all the biophysical and socio-cultural systems interact with each other. Second definition was given by Clark in 1999. It is an approach. Environmental management is an approach which goes beyond the natural resources management to encompass the political and social as well as the natural environment. Okay, so environmental management, basically it is an attempt to control the human impact on and the interaction with the environment in order to preserve the natural resources. How we can preserve our natural resources, what are the impacts of the human activities on the natural resources, and how we can manage our environment, how we can manage our natural resources. And it is also important to study the impacts of the human interaction on the natural resources or environment. It is very important to study. So broadly we can say that environmental management is a kind of study to control the human impact on the nature, or human impact, or it may be basically it is a negative human impact of the on the environment. And after that we need to preserve, we need to conserve the natural resources for sustainable development or sustainable management of natural resources. Okay, so these are some issues which is related to the environmental management. When we talk about environment, environment is a broad term. Okay, and in the same way, the environmental management is also having a very broad term. It is having broad perspective. It includes the ecological management, earth science, then atmospheric sciences. Water is also a part of environment, so we should also work on environmental management related to the water resources. Climate change, society and cultural, socio-economic activities are also important. It is an important part of environmental management. Then there are several environmental laws that needs to be implement for proper environmental management. Then environmental assessment, mitigation and monitoring. Okay, if there are some negative impacts of the human activities, anthropogenic activities on the environment, so we have to mitigate and monitor that changes. Then management practices, waste management, sustainability. Okay, so these are some related issues of the environmental management. When we talk about environmental management, it is having several components. It may be started from the ecology, then earth science, atmospheric science. Then okay, climate change studies is also part of environmental management. Then we should also having impacts of the socio-economic activity, socio-economic culture on the environment. Then we have to work for the sustainable management of environment, sustainable development of the natural resources. Okay, so we can say that environmental management is a broad, it is having broad perspective, and it includes several issues associated with the environmental management. Now moving to the next slide. Okay, so these are some characteristics of environmental management. When we talk about environmental management, so as we already discussed that it is having several components. So environmental management having specific characteristics that is deal with the world affected by the human. So one of the most important characteristics of environmental management is to study the negative impact, is to study the impacts of anthropogenic activities on the environment worldwide, globally. We need to focus on the impact of anthropogenic activities on the global environment. It supports the sustainable development, After having a proper environmental management, if we are able to manage our environment, if we are able to manage our uh, you can say the climate and other things, so it supports the sustainable development of the earth. It also demands a multidisciplinary approach. Okay, as we know that environment is a broad perspective. It may include ecology, it may include climate change, earth science, atmospheric sciences, different environmental laws, different kinds of socio-economic activities. So for environmental management, we should have a multidisciplinary approach. By having interdisciplinary, or you can say the multidisciplinary approach, we can easily work on the environmental management. And it is also has a integrated different development point of view. Okay, so in the right side in the figure, you see the sustainable word is having different components. It is having environment, economic, social. Okay, and there may be the, you can say, the equal proportion of all the components of sustainability, like environment, economic and social. These are some characteristics of the environmental management. And before starting any kind of environmental management activities, we should first focus on the different parts. We should focus on the different components of the environment. It may be ecology, earth science, atmospheric science, it may be different kinds of environmental laws and other things. Okay, so these are some basic characteristics of environmental management. Okay, and also it can be applied for both short term and long term concern. Okay, some environmental problems are for the shorter period of time, some environmental problems are related to or for the longer period of time. So when we talk about environmental management, it should be applied for both the short term problems and long term problems. Okay, like you can say the climate variability. Climate variability is a long-term problem. So environmental management should also be applied on such kind of climate change activities and climate change variability. Okay, and it is also important to note that when we talk about environmental management, the environmental management is an integration of all the natural and social sciences. Natural sciences includes different earth sciences, ecological sciences, atmospheric sciences, and other things. Social sciences may be an important role in the environmental management, and it is an integration of policy making and the planning. Okay, after doing or after studying the environment or after getting the proper environmental management practices, we should work on the integration of policy making and the planning. Policy making and planning is an important part of the environmental management. We have to work on the implementation of the policy. We should work on the planning of different environmental management, different environmental practices. So these are some important characteristics of environmental management. Okay, so now in the second slide, we are going to see what are the significances of environmental management. When we talk about environmental management, so it is very significant to prevent and solve the environmental problem. Environmental problem may be related to the ecology, may be related to the climate change, may be related to the water resources, forestry, it may be related to any earth science problems. And long-term management is very significant to develop some research and monitoring framework. It wants the threat and identify the opportunities for any kind of climate change studies and other things. And environmental management is very much useful to suggest some measures for the resource conservation and management of natural resources. And for longer period of time or shorter period of time, sustainable development can be achieved by the environmental management practices. And after that, and in last, the environmental management is very much important. It is very much useful for developing a strategy to solve the environmental issues related to any kind of ecological problems or science problems, or it may be related to climate change and other things. Okay, so the ultimate goal of environmental management is to save the earth, is save the world, and also to work for the sustainable development. Okay, the ultimate goal of environmental management is the sustainable development of natural resources, sustainable development of all the earth surface features, all the natural features on the earth. And we are going to work on the uh, practices that is related to saving the earth or saving the environment. Okay, so now moving to the next slide. So these are some general schemes that can be used for environmental management. It's an identification of objectives and define the problem. Okay, for environmental management, we should first identify the objectives and then we can define our problems. Then we have to work on the determination of appropriate action plan. Implementation and progress evaluation is also a important scheme for environmental management. Then monitoring and management is also an important part of environmental management, and in last, the future environmental management and planning. So these are some general schemes that can be applied for any kind of environmental management practices, starting from the identification of objectives and problems. Then we have to determine different approaches, different action plan, different implementation plans that can be applied for environmental management. Then we should also monitor and adjust the management strategies, management plan, and also the future environmental management and planning is an important part of environmental management. Okay, so when we talk about environmental management, so there may be different approaches. We should we should use different approaches for environmental management practices. So basically, for this kind of activities, for environmental management activities, we are having three approaches. That is spatial approach, ecological approach, and environmental management system (EMS) approach. These three approaches can be used widely for any kind of environmental management practices. I will start with spatial approach, then ecological approach, and in last, environmental management system (EMS). EMS is a short form of environmental management system. It's an approach. It is an important approach for environmental management. So first, I am going to start with the spatial approach. So when we talk about spatial approach, spatial means we are having some spatial information. We are dealing with some spatial data sets. We are dealing with some spatial data sets to solve any environmental problem, environmental related concern. So spatial approach considers the management of environment at three different levels. Either we can apply any spatial data set at a local level, or we can apply at regional level or global level, depending on our requirement, depending on the objective, and depending on the need of our uh, study. We can apply this spatial approach at any of the level, that is local level, regional level, and global level. Okay, so at the global level, the spatial dimension and management strategy may be checked out on the basis of the need, then aspirants, perceptions, priorities, and inhabitations of the individual, society, and the government. Okay, first we need to work on the need, on the requirement. Then we can check the perceptions, then other priorities. After that, we can go for the global level or regional level or local level. So these are the spatial approach that can be applied for any kind of environmental management practices at local, regional, and global level. Okay, now second one is ecological approach. So ecological approach generally considers the management of ecological resources. Ecological resources is very important. It is an important part of the nature and natural resource. So ecological resources is a part. It can be conserved. It can be achieved the conservation planning for ecological resources to save the environment. It is having two methods to manage the ecology: conservation and preservation. Okay, when we talk about ecological approach, so for ecological approach, we have to work either on the conservation on or preservation. Conservation means we have to utilize the natural environment for different social needs, but a simultaneous effort to maintain the ecological balance of different components of the ecology. Then preservation means we are going to save some species or natural environment from social utilization in order to protect them. Okay, so conservation and preservation are two important part of the ecological approach which can be applied, which can be used for environmental management practices. Now moving to the next slide. Third is very important, that is environmental management system, EMS. Okay, EMS approach can also be applied for environmental management, for solving any environmental management concerns. EMS has been defined by ISO 14001 as, the definition of EMS is the part of the overall management system that includes organizational structure, the planning activities, different kinds of responsibilities, practices, procedures, and processes and resources for developing, implementing, achieving, and reviewing the environmental policy. So the basic motto, or you can say the main aim of environmental management system is to implement, achieve, and review the environmental policy. That can be very much useful for environmental management practices. So this is a standard definition given by ISO 14001. ISO is an international standard organization that deals with some standards for different activities. Okay, so when we talk about environmental management system, so we should work on the organizational structure, we should work on different planning activities, then responsibilities, practices, different processes. We can apply different processes, we can apply different procedures and methods for developing, implementing, or reviewing the environmental policy. We can also develop some environmental policy, we can review some environmental policies, and also we can implement some policies to work for the environmental management. Okay, so these are three approaches: spatial approach, ecological approach, and environmental management system approach for solving any problems related to the environmental management. Now moving to the next slide. Now we are going to see what are different components of environmental management system, EMS approach. So EMS approach having four important elements: act, plan, do, and check. Okay, so we can start with the act, then we can plan, we can then implement, we can implement that plan, we can apply that plan, and we can check, we can review the outputs. So first one is act. Act means we have to review our management practices, we have to implement the correct actions and improvements. Then after, in the second part, in the planning part, we work on different environmental policies, different objectives and targets, then legal register the significant aspects and the impacts of that plan. Then do means, after planning, we have to do, we have to perform different procedures, different documents, then control, training, and the communication. And after that, we will check our results, we will check our outcomes to prepare a report. Okay, so EMS having four elements, and all elements are important for achieving any sustainable management practices, to achieve, to solve any sustainable to solve any environmental problem. Okay, we can start with the acting: act, plan, do, and check. These are the four components of the EMS, and it's a cyclic process. So it's one by one it can be implemented, like act, plan, do, check. Then again, it's cyclic process. So we can continuously implement, we can continuously use these four elements for any kind of environmental management system practices. Okay, now moving to the next slide. So what EMS does, what are the basic motto of the environmental management system scheme or plan? So an environmental management system brings together the different peoples, different users, the policies, plans. Then it can be used to review different mechanisms and procedures that can be used to manage the environmental issues at a facility or in an organization. So this is the way in which EMS works. EMS does on these factors. It can bring together all the users, all the peoples related to that environmental management practices, different policies, different plans and procedures that can be used for managing the environmental issues at a facility or in an organization. Okay. Now moving to the next slide. So it also facilitates some environmental compliances. If there are some issues, if there are some complaints against any environmental practices or any environmental plan, So it also facilitates some environmental compliance. It addresses the environmental impacts, and also it broadens the environmental responsibilities to all whose work can have a significant impact on the environment. Okay, so it is very important to see that the environmental management system works in different ways to solve the problems related to the environmental management. Okay, now moving to the next slide. So this is the workflow of the EMS. Okay, so it is having several components. It is having it, you can say it's a recursive and cyclic process. It starts with the plan, implement, check, review, then plan, implement, check, review. There are four components. It will start with the planning activity, then implementation of that plan, then we can check the outputs and results, and we can review the feedback provided by different users, provided by different organizations. Then again, we can work for the planning, implementation, and checking process. So this is the workflow of EMS. It's a cyclic process. It continuously works for different environmental management practices, different environmental management needs, starting with the planning, implementation, then checking the implemented results and review the results, and it can include the feedback of the organizations and users, people who are going to benefited by that environmental management scheme. Okay, so this is the workflow of environmental management system. Okay, so the framework for environmental management system includes ISO 14001 standard. There may be some codes of the environmental management principles, then compliances that may be focused on EMS, eco management, and audit scheme. Okay, these these four components are an important part of any framework or any framework which are going to be developed for any environmental management systems. We can start with ISO 14001 standard, then we can have some codes for the environmental management principles. Also there is a facility of compliance that is focused on the EMS, and eco management and audit scheme is there. It is an important part of the framework for environmental management system. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss what is ISO 14001. Okay, this is an family of the standards related to the environmental management that exists to help different organizations, different users, that can be used to minimize how their operations negatively affect the environment and comply with the applicable laws, regulations, and other environmentally oriented requirements, and continually improve in the above. Okay, so it's a, you can say it's a standard. ISO 9000, ISO 14001 is a family of standards that can deal with the standards that will help you to minimize how their operations negatively affect the environment, comply with the applicable laws, different regulations, and other environmentally oriented requirements, and continually it will be used to improve the above operations. You can say that operations, then there are different kinds of applicable laws, regulations, and other environmental practices. Okay, so it's a global, you can say it's a global organization that that review the environmental policies, that review all the environmental related requirements for any part of the world. This is a standard organization, international organization. So these are the components of ISO 14001. It can work on the environmental policy. It will be used for planning activities. It will be important for implementing an operation, then checking and correction the action, and management review. Okay, these are the important components of this organization, that is ISO 14001. It can review the environmental policies, then it can work on the planning activities, also how your plan is implemented and what are the operations you have used for that planning. It can also be studied, it can also be checked by this ISO 14001 organization. Then at last it can work on the review of your management policies or your management practices. Okay, now moving to the next slide. These are the components of ISO 14001. It starts with environmental policy. Then we can go for the planning activities. Under planning activities, we are having different environmental aspects. We are having some compliance, then objectives, and what are the targets, aim and objective of our planning activities, and what are the environmental management program. Then in the second step, it implementation. The implementation includes the roles and responsibilities, the training and communication, EMS document control, the emergency preparedness and response. Then after that, checking and corrective actions requires some measurement and monitoring. Then it's a non-conformance and corrective actions record and EMS audits, and after it will be used for management review. Okay, so it's a continuous and cyclic process, and there is a need of continuous improvement for any kind of components of ISO 14001. It starts with the environmental policy, planning, implementation, checking, and management review. So, okay, so there is always a scope for improvement. It's a cyclic process. It continuously works for different parts of the world, different management practices, different management issues, environmental management issues. So it's a continuous and cyclic process, and works for the improvement continually. Okay, now moving to the next slide. So what do you mean by environmental policy? Environmental policy is very important when we talk about environmental management, when we talk about any kind of climate change studies, or any kind of you can say the natural resource management practices. So environmental policy is a statement about an organization's environmental position and the values. Okay, so the ISO 14001 standard states that an environmental policy is the organization's overall environmental performance, that intentions and directions formally expressed by the top management. Okay, so this is the definition of environmental policy, and these are some features of the environmental policy. It is issued with a policy statement that is signed by the facility manager. At a minimum, it commits to continual improvement. It it commits to work for the pollution prevention, environmental compliance. It identifies EMS framework, and it is publicly available. Okay, so these are some features of the environmental policy. When we talk about environmental policy, so it commits to improve, it commits to continue improvement of the environmental plans, environmental policies, and also it is the environmental policies are publicly available, so anyone can access, anyone can go through the environmental policies. And it also identifies different environmental management system framework. Okay, so these are some features of the environmental policy. It is very important part of the environmental management system. Environmental planning is a decision making process. It's a decision making way that considers the environmental, social, political, economic, and governance factors that can be affect the development. The main goal of environmental planning is to manage the relationship between natural systems and human systems in the present and the future. Okay, so you can say here the environmental planning can be considered as a decision making process. That decision making process also helps to manage the relationship between natural system and the man-made activities, or there may be the relationship between all the natural processes and anthropogenic activities in the present time as well as for the future scenario or the future time. Okay, so this is the definition of environmental policy and environmental planning. These are the features, these are the important features of environmental planning. It identifies different aspects and impacts from the facility activities, different products and services. It can be used to review the legal requirements. It can be used to set different objectives and targets, and it is also used, it may also be used to establish some formal EMS program. Okay, so these features of environmental planning is very important, and the environmental planning practices is an important part of environmental management. It identifies different aspects, different impacts of any kind of activities, products, and services, and also it is used to establish some schema, some program for environmental management system. Now moving to the next slide. So what are the scope of environmental management? So the major scope of the environmental management is the awareness regarding the environmental problems and their proper management began in 1970s through various people movement around many countries of the world. The Greece peace movement, the Chipko movement are some of them, some of the major environmental you can say activities in the world. The advancement in the field of science and technology helped to provide various tools and techniques, various instruments that can be supported by some statistical data to properly solve the environmental problems and helps in its management. Recently, the development of geospatial technology, the development of remote sensing GIS approach, we are now having different Earth observation satellites. We are now having different primary, secondary, and socioeconomic data sets that can be used to solve any environmental problem. So the recent development in the science and technology, especially development in the Earth observation technology, geospatial technologies, we are now having different softwares, different tools, different statistical machine learning methods that can be used to solve environmental problems properly, and it helps in the management and sustainable development of natural resources. So thank you very much for today's class, and we will meet again in the next class with next lecture. Thank you.